The sports card market is not slowing down. And today I give you 5 new cards that are setting all-time highs. My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies. And at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me on my journey to profit from the hobby we all love. Sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a great start. I know the Super Bowl may not have been the best part of your last week. The game wasn't as competitive as many of us would like to have seen, although it was pretty cool to see Tom Brady further cement his legacy as the all-time great. I mean, that was incredible to see. But there was other good things that happened for the NFL this week other than the Super Bowl. You had, for example, a really exceptional Hall of Fame class announced. It's going to be exciting to see these players get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I thought it would be interesting to lead off the show today by looking at the card prices of those players who got inducted into the Hall of Fame, because I have done prior episodes on this show where I have told you that often a Hall of Fame announcement, an announcement that players got into the Hall of Fame, can cause a spike in their card prices. So let's see if that held true this time. So first of all, let's start with Peyton Manning. It was announced that Peyton Manning would make it into the Hall of Fame. You guys, of course, know the first pick back in 1998 in that draft, went on to win 2 Super Bowls, 5 MVP awards, 14-time Pro Bowler, an absolutely incredible career. His card prices, they have been on the rise for quite some time. And you can see here his 1998 Topps Chrome rookie card in PSA 10. This thing's been hot for the last several months, much like many of the iconic cards. So no particular spike due to the Hall of Fame announcement necessarily. It has just continued to push upwards like it has for the last several months as people have been chasing iconic cards. But what about some of the maybe slightly less iconic players who got into the Hall of Fame? How about Charles Woodson? Now, Charles Woodson was an all-time great in his own right. He won the Heisman Trophy, he won the College Football National Championship, and he had a great pro career, winning the Super Bowl once, going to the Pro Bowl 9 different times, of course, as a defensive player. But his cards are also from that 1998 Topps Chrome year. And look at that spike, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the spike at the end of the graph. This is what can happen when somebody is announced that they made it into the Hall of Fame. Before the Hall of Fame announcement, his 1998 Topps Chrome card in PSA 10 was right around $335. All of a sudden, that card shot up to $1,150, literally over the course of a couple of days once the Hall of Fame announcement was made. Now, there's only a couple sales making up this data. This is low. This is a low population card, but it shows you what can happen. And hopefully many of you remembered the prior episodes of this show where I said, hey, it can be a pretty good strategy to buy players before the Hall of Fame announcement and then sell them once that announcement takes place, right? We're seeing that there. So as an investor, if you can think one step ahead of the public and you can think about when people might react to something and you can get out in front of that, that is when you stand to make the most money. And that is the case with Baseball Hall of Famers. It is all about when the announcement is first made. How about with Calvin Johnson? Calvin Johnson, man, that guy, just one of the best wide receivers I have ever seen play. It's a shame he's still not playing. I mean, he was a 2007 rookie. His primary rookie card is 2007 Topps Chrome. Gosh, I feel like that guy retired too early. But you know what? Got to respect it. Got to respect what he wanted to do with his life and his career and that type of thing. You can see here, he definitely saw a spike as well from his Hall of Fame announcement. Before the Hall of Fame announcement, his 2007 Topps Chrome PSA 10, about $300. after the Hall of Fame announcement, all the way up to over $600, more than doubled on the back of his Hall of Fame announcement. Again, a very low population card, just a few sales, but you can see a similar pattern nonetheless. Just as you can with John Lynch, another, defensive star, much like Charles Woodson, known as one of the hardest hitters in football, 9 times Pro Bowler, won the Super Bowl as well. And this is John Lynch's 1993 SP base card in PSA 10, a nice spike that occurred there. The last few sales of that card after getting into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all of those players, as well as Alan Faneca, Tom Flores, and Bill Nunn. They make up an outstanding Pro Football Hall of Fame class this year. And by the way, we are tracking many of the cards of those players within Market Movers, as you can see, but not only Market Movers, also within the Sports Card Investor app. And in fact, look here, look at Peyton Manning. We have a ton of Peyton Manning cards, for example. In the Sports Card Investor app, you can check out what many of Peyton Manning's cards look like. You can look at recent sales. You can look at current pricing of these cards on eBay, and maybe even find yourself a good deal or two on buying cards of some of these Hall of Famers. If you haven't yet downloaded the Sports Card Investor app, go do it right now. Go to the App Store and search for Sports Card Investor. Download the app. It's completely free. All right, guys, we're going to get started right now with the top 5. But before we do me one quick favor. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Our goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers this year. Every subscriber matters. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's get going with today's top 5. Coming in at number 5 today, a name that 6 months ago you would have never expected to see on the top 5, perhaps ever again. But when news breaks with football teams or any team, it often can cause a shakeup in players' card prices, and that's going on right now with the New Orleans Saints, and specifically with Jameis Winston. Yes, Jameis Winston, the Buccaneers quarterback before Tom Brady landed in Tampa Bay. And now, of course, it is being anticipated that Drew Brees will likely retire. And although many think that Taysom Hill will be the heir apparent to Drew Brees because he's played such an active role in the offense recently with the Saints, some reports are now saying that Jameis Winston has the leg up and he is going to be looked at as the starting quarterback next year. News of this possibility is doing what? Of course, it is causing Jameis Winston's card prices to rise once again. And here we're looking at his 2015 Topps Chrome rookie card in PSA 10 on your graph. This is a card that has hovered extremely cheap over the course of the last several months because this is a card that no one ever really thought they were going to see Jameis in a big role again. This is a card that back in December in PSA 10 you could have bought for as little as $21. That is basically the grading fee. That is basically how much it cost you to get that card graded, is how much this card was selling for in PSA 10. But not so much anymore. Fueled by the rumor of Brees' retirement and the possible starting job, this card is now up to $90. So you could have bought that card for $20 a couple of months ago, and here you are with a $90 card in your hands. Not a bad return over the course of 2 months. It will be interesting seeing what happens with Jameis Winston and what happens with the New Orleans Saints in the months ahead. All right, switching to the number 4 spot. We're going from somebody who has not had the most illustrious career so far in Jameis Winston to somebody who undoubtedly had an incredibly illustrious career in the sport of basketball in this case. I'm talking about Dwayne Wade, a member of that incredible 2003 rookie class that, of course, also included people such as, Chris Bosh, Carmelo Anthony. Who am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, LeBron James, right? That 2003 rookie class. What an incredible product that year. Topps Chrome, all of those cards from that year. Such an incredible rookie class. And, Dwayne Wade, I don't think he generally gets the respect that he deserves. And as a result of that, his cards in the hobby tend to follow some other guys like, for example, LeBron or Kobe, or some of those types of players who many think are maybe an echelon above Dwayne Wade in terms of accomplishment, and they are. But, you know, his cards kind of follow theirs a little bit, so they lead the way. So while we've seen this big run-up in iconic cards going back a few months for some of those players, Dwayne Wade's run-up has been a little bit more recent, but certainly well-deserved. I mean, this guy, of course, is a 3-time NBA champion, as you know, and he's very active post-retirement as well with different business and philanthropic ventures. So I just brought up on the screen here his 2003 Topps Chrome card in PSA 10, and look at that rise over the course of just the last couple of weeks. This Topps Chrome in PSA 10 was less than $1,500 at the middle of January. And here we are in early February, and that card is sitting now at almost $4,000. That is a really nice return in just a few weeks' time. I hope you have some 2003 Dwayne Wade Topps Chrome cards in your collection. All right, guys, let's go to the number 3 person on this list. And right now we're sticking with the iconic players, because why not? The iconic players have been incredibly hot. And when you think of what is the most iconic baseball card of, let's say, the last 40 years, the most iconic baseball card of the last 40 years, what card would you say that is? Right now, before you know what card I'm about to announce, tell me in the comments, what card do you think is the most iconic baseball card in the last 40 years? I think maybe you could argue for Derek Jeter's Topps rookie. Maybe you could argue for Mike Trout's Topps rookie. But I think the most iconic card from the last 40 years is Ken Griffey Jr.'s 1989 Upper Deck rookie card. And a lot of people agree with that. And the prices of that card are going bananas as people are continuing to chase all of these iconic cards of these legends. Now, you know that Ken Griffey Jr., I mean, this guy is one of the all-time greats, a 13 times All-Star, won the MVP, won 10 Gold Glove Awards, 7 Silver Slugger Awards, led the AL in home runs 4 times. I mean, absolutely incredible. Such a great long career. And that Upper Deck card, that was quite the iconic card. When I was a kid, it was the one card that I was always chasing when I was ripping over pack after pack after pack of 1989 cards. And if I want to buy that card today in PSA 10 condition, it's going to set me back a lot more than it would have set me back a couple of months ago, because this is a card that even back in early January in PSA 10 condition was $1,750, and this card now has several recent sales over $5,000. This card has taken off in value along with many iconic cards. This is just another iconic card that has gone wild, and well-deservedly so. It is just an absolutely awesome card, and certainly a cornerstone in anybody's baseball card collection. Okay, let's keep rolling. Number 2 on this list, another iconic player going back to the sport of basketball. Another guy who probably doesn't get as much love as he deserves, much like Dwayne Wade, who we talked about a little while ago, but he is an all-time great. Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, I mean, this guy's unbelievable. To think what he did with the Minnesota Timberwolves for so many years. Drafted 5th overall back in 1995, went on to take the Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals in 2004, won the MVP award in the process, basically carrying the team on his back all the way to the Western Conference Finals that year. Then, of course, he was traded to Boston in 2007, where he formed maybe the first super team that was kind of formed that way, the Big Three in Boston, joining Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. Of course, they went on to go win the NBA championship in 2008. When it was all said and done, Kevin Garnett was a 15 times All-Star, 4 times All-NBA first team, Defensive Player of the Year, 9 times All-NBA defensive first team, Absolutely incredible player. His card prices have also been incredible in the last couple of weeks. This is his 1995 Topps base card in PSA 10, a really low population count card, less than 200 of these in existence. This was a card back in December you could have bought for a couple $100, about $268 at its low point back in December. Recently, this card has been going for over $2,000. Yes, you heard me correctly, ladies and gentlemen. It is up 10x just about since the middle of December. 10x since the middle of December. That is the sports card market we are currently living in. Sit back, be amazed by it, and love every minute of it, because it is awesome to see the growth of cards like that. But in our number one spot today, there can be only one. Only one GOAT. Only one football player who added a 7th ring. Absolutely incredible. You guys, of course, know I am talking about Tom Brady. He put on a great performance on Sunday. As I said earlier, it wasn't the best game. But if you love Tom Brady or if you hate Tom Brady, it doesn't matter. You still have to respect the heck out of Tom Brady and the fact that at age 43, he's been able to accomplish so much and win a Super Bowl with another team, put on a 7th ring. That is incredible. And all of Tom Brady's cards have been hot. You can see his 2000 Bowman and his 2000 Bowman Chrome here on the graph. And these things have been going up for the last few months, and especially the last few weeks during the playoff run. These things have been incredibly hot. But what I want to show you today, actually, I think this is interesting, is his first Prism card. Let's talk about his 2020 Prism Silver card in Raw. Look at the spike that occurred right after the Super Bowl win on that card. This is his first Prism card in a Bucs uniform. And so that's why people are really interested in this 2020 Prism Silver card. Very few of these have been graded yet, so of course we're showing it to you here in raw condition. But this is one that people really were chasing the last few weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. And then this card spiked like crazy the other night after the Super Bowl win. This was a card that, even going back to the middle of January, was like a $27 card to buy this card in raw condition. There were a bunch of them that were selling. Some of them were more like $40, $50, but you could definitely get this card for $50, no problem. You could find a bunch of them on eBay for $50. And he wins the Super Bowl, and they're selling for $325 on eBay on average. That is apparently the GOAT effect, and the effect of the 7th ring, whatever you want to call it. It's absolutely incredible to watch. Congratulations to Tom Brady on another Super Bowl ring. And congratulations to you for making it through another top 5. If you liked all this data, then you're going to love Market Movers. Market Movers is the ultimate way to track how cards are moving and also track your entire collection. Find out more by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking on Market Movers in the main menu bar. And don't forget to download the Sports Card Investor app, which updates every morning with the latest trending cards. Thousands and thousands of cards at your fingertips in the Sports Card Investor app. Just search for Sports Card Investor in the App Store. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you back in a couple of days with our next episode. Take care.